Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's me, KJ motherfucking P. Cheers. And we have some news today. We have Hegseth. We have human excrement. Gavin. We have Diddy depravity, and we're going to find out, does Zuck still suck? Some news. Cheers. Let's go. Basically, the biggest story around yesterday was the Pete Hegseth committee. Did anybody watch it? Did anybody? Anybody? Was lit, ladies and gentlemen, L-I-T, lit. In line with how I feel like 2025 is going to go all together. It was fire, full of explosions. I'm going to try to find a clip because this is incredible. The left is really freaking out over there in Congress, and they're really proving his point by how irrational and nonsensical and illogical they are being while questioning him. In my opinion. All talking about how they can't lower standards and let Hegseth in there because he doesn't have the qualifications or whatever that it takes to be in there or whatever. It's really funny because they lowered their standards in 2022. People just started failing tests at 6 times the rate of normal. Instead of just making people rise to the level they're supposed to be at in the military, they, went and lowered the standards for the test requirements. It's essentially a task with raising that bar back up. And the parts that I listened to, they didn't want to know about his qualifications or education or how he could do the job. They were just focused on pointing fingers at him and poking at him with sticks and being insecure, aggressive, and nasty. It wasn't a good look at all, specifically for the point he was trying to make. In my opinion. Today in Gavin's a piece of shit. We learned how he cut funding for wildfire resiliency by, $101 million. The fires are burning. This man thinks it's a good idea to get in a session to give $50 million set aside for fighting Orange Man bad while he's in office. That's a good idea while these fires are burning and they don't have enough water to fight said. Talked about the big goose egg and 0 completed projects with the reservoirs and the combing, the forest brush. Yeah, no projects completed. Back a little bit, and apparently he's got a long history of squandering water resources. Unrelated, in 2019, $135 billion was spent on high-speed trains from LA to San Francisco. Do you know how many passengers have been served, ladies and gentlemen? I'll wait while I finish my Gatorade. None! Now, that's getting beside the current point, KJ. Round this whole excrement extravaganza out with finding out that he's going on every news and podcast that'll have him to try to point the finger at local governments for not answering him or doing what they're supposed to do. A victim because apparently this is being politicized and he can't take any accountability or look inward or have any self-reflection about the matter. It's fucking ridiculous. Embarrassing for California, I'll tell you that. Not political. You're being held accountable, pal. You don't like it. Sorry about it. Fake phony fallacy of fucking suck, bud. Breathing, you're fucking lying. We have to move on to save my blood pressure. By now, we all know, well aware of Diddy and his depravity and his freakishly fucked up freak-offs. Allegedly! Try to be as open-minded as possible, but there's some fuckery afoot. Still in jail after, I think, 3 attempts for bail, but his lawyers are sparring like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul in the pretrial fuckery that's happening, including but not limited to, and the defense's contention that these freak-offs were consensual. Hey, yeah, look at the tapes. These aren't collateral. She's enjoying herself. Other people tape themselves in their bedroom. Yep, that's what's happening in pretrial. Yep, that's the defense. Yes, they are going to argue that in court. Some Weinstein. And does Zuck still suck? That's the question we're going to talk about right now. Yes, over the weekend, Joe Rogan interview got released or got more exposure that Zuck was bullied and coerced by the administration during COVID. And the public opinion has 2 camps, 3 as I see it. We have some people saying everybody has the opportunity for redemption. Everybody deserves that opportunity as long as he moves forward appropriately. Then welcome, Zuck. What took you so fucking long? And there's a whole other camp that's like, nah, fuck Zuck. He sold us out. He knew what the fuck he was doing. He censored America. And now that Trump's in office, he is flipping. He has to change his position or he's going to get, prosecuted like they're all worried about. And there's those of us who are cautiously optimistic. Like, we like to sit back. Yikes. Yeah, I know. I remember he did that. I was a victim too. But he's putting his money where his mouth is. So let's see. Zuck calls it a shift towards free expression to get rid of his fucked up fact checkers and replace it with community notes. Community notes work awesome on X, if you ask me. But the left is calling it a step towards hate, lies, and harassment. Let's not forget it's a gift to the extremist DJT. Apparently also DEI is DOA at Meta. So he's done that as well. Also revised that stupid hateful content policy he has, where you say things that are not hateful and you get a hateful content violation. So hopefully that's gone into effect. I'm going to post on Facebook soon and see if that's true. So, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think. Is he reinventing and changing? Or is he simply changing his strategy to fit the current climate? What do you think? Let me know. And as always, I appreciate you guys spending a couple minutes with me today. Thank you very much. A good day for yourself in one way or another. Good to each other. If you can't do that, at least be good to yourself.